and welcome to London Place for the second round fixture between CRNFC and Navy Sports Club. You're live on ThePapare.com, and today CRNFC will be looking forward to getting their second win over Navy Sports Club after beating them in that first round fixture up in Velisara by 28 points to 22. CRNFC very much a rejuvenated side after their wonderful win against the Army Sports Club in last week's fixture. They put on a very good performance up there to pass that 50 points margin, and no doubt will be looking to carry on that form in today's game. Joining me in commentary today is Clifford. Good afternoon, Clifford. Your thoughts on how today's game is likely to progress?
Good afternoon, Abdul, and good afternoon to all the people. Those who are just joining us from home, it's going to be a wonderful afternoon. CR taking on Navy. What a game. So it's going to be a 50-50 chance here. But CR playing at the home turf, they will have the advantage, definitely. But Navy, well, they have picked up form and they've been producing some good rugby. So definitely it's going to be a tight contest. So you can't predict much, but all I can tell you is it's going to be definitely a very close encounter.
Yes, no doubt about that. I think CRNFC will definitely take a lot of confidence from their win last week. As we have a look at the weather details, it's expected to be partly cloudy, but the sun is very much out today. The temperature is standing at 29 Celsius, and later it's expected to go down slightly as we approach the evening. But overall, there's a bit of a humidity factor in today, and it'll be interesting to see how both teams adapt to that. Although we are approaching the real height of summer during our weather calendar, it's been relatively less humidity, but I think overall we can expect a good game today because the conditions are relatively dry, and I'm sure both teams will be looking forward to playing some fast open rugby. We'll go in for a commercial break, and we'll meet you all back in a few minutes.
It ain't easy, but it's almost over. I ain't gonna let it pull me under.
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves, only from Crescent.
Breeder Fast Pulsar NS160 with wider tires and twin disc brakes from David Pierce Motor Company Private Limited.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites, only from Crescent.
Sophisticated selection of Yardley, London.
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves, only from Crescent.
Welcome back to London Place for this second round fixture between CRNFC and Navy Sports Club. Both teams are yet going through their warm-up routines, and it'll be interesting to see the kind of warm-up routines both teams are going through, isn't it, Clifford? As we were talking a bit before the break about the humidity factor, but both coaches insisting that the teams go into a rather strenuous warm-up routine. And the remaining fixtures for today are CHNFC and Candy Sports Club. The number 1 versus number 3 teams taking each other on at Racecourse. I'm sure that will be a very close encounter. And Army Sports Club, after going down to CRNFC last week, will no doubt looking to bounce back against Air Force Sports Club. The game scheduled to be played in Velisara. So some good rugby this weekend, and tomorrow we'll be having Havelock Sports Club taking on Air Force. So some very good rugby, and I think everyone can look forward to some entertaining rugby. Just coming back to today's game, Clifford, CRNFC, a real turnaround in fortunes last week. We'll come back to that in a bit as we have a look at the highlights of last week's encounter between Navy Sports Club and Candy Sports Club. Again, Navy running Candy a bit close in that game, but eventually home ground advantage proving vital from Candy's point of view as they ran away with it in the final few ends, and again that meant Danushka Ranjan in the thick of it, eventually running out comfortable winners 63 points to 31. And this is another second round fixture between Police Sports Club and CHNFC at Police Park. Again, Police Sports Club starting off extremely well. They've stretched quite a few of the more fancy teams this season, and of course CHNFC eventually just proving a bit too much, having a bit too much quality in their team. Madhuvanta once again very steady with his place kicking. He's been a real revelation once again for CHNFC this year, and that game ending up in a relatively comfortable win for CHNFC by 38 points to 25. And another encounter between Air Force and Havelock Sports Club. Air Force at the bottom of the table, just found things a bit too difficult for them to cope with Havelocks at their home ground. And again, Havelocks have played above expectations this year, remaining in the number 2 position and within touching distance of Candy Sports Club. Navy through Iddamal Goda is trying to be in touch, but eventually the Heavy is just too much quality for them to run away with comfortable winners, 35 points to 6. So those were some of the other fixtures played in the past weeks of this Dialogue League, and we'll be able to see the Dialogue table very shortly. Yes, and that's the table. As you can see, it's a very close fight for the number 1 and number 2 position between Candy Sports Club and Havelock Sports Club. CHNFC and CRNFC seem to be relatively comfortable in that number 3 and number 4, and probably will qualify for that top 4 position. CRNFC will be able to probably seal that position if they can get a good win today against Navy Sports Club. And Air Force just at the bottom of the table, but again, all the forces really giving some of the fancied club teams a good run for their money. It will also be interesting bit of news this week, Clifford, coming out that eventually the bottom 4 clubs will be able to field their foreign players from this week's fixtures onwards. So it will be interesting to see how that pans out. CRNFC already declaring that they're not going to field a foreign player this year. And we have a look at the top scorers for this season thus far. Danushka Ranjan, not surprisingly, sitting on 9 tries. The top try scorer, and his teammate Tilna Vijay Singh again has been brilliant for Candy Sports Club at the back. Been very safe, and also his kicking duties, he's performed admirably to be comfortably perched in that number 1 position with 134 points. So just some of the other fixtures. This was the first round fixture between CRNFC and Navy Sports Club in Velisara. Navy scoring first, and Tilna Vijay Singh just putting the finishing touches. Tarinder Ratwata replying with a penalty, and Vijay Singh once again just extending that lead for Navy Sports Club by 10 points to 3. Ratwata had a good day that day with his boot, just keeping the CR team within touching distance, and he was really good with the boot. Again, a long range effort from around 45 meters out. Navy bouncing back and scoring a try, and I think this is the charge down that actually turned things around. Courtesy Rehan Silva, and then Tharinder Ratwata made no mistake with the conversion. It was 19 points to 15 for the red shirts at halftime, and with the second half it was anyone's game, but Navy just discipline letting them down on certain occasions, and both teams actually had to field players in the sin bin. So CRNFC slowly but surely just managing to getting a foothold of that game as the game progressed. It was yet 25 points to 22 with everything to play for, but Ratwata just kept on keeping CRNFC ahead by 28 points to 22, and eventually that's the way that game ended. So just considering how close that game was up in Velisar, I think we can expect another close game today. Both these teams are expected to try and dish out some good rugby today. Navy will be desperately looking forward to trying and getting a big win and trying getting a bonus point win for them to just be in touch with that number 4 spot, isn't it, Clifford?
Well, that's for sure, but well, CR had moved up the ladder, so that's good to see, and they're in touching distance within CH, but also Army pushing from the back, and if they get some bonus points, definitely they'll be in par with CH and FC, so that's going to be a tough task for them. But the contest today against Kandy Sports Club will be the decider for them. But in the meantime, here, CR and FC, if they can get a good win, definitely they'll be in a safe spot.
Yeah, that's right. Thus far this season, they played 11 games. It's been pretty much a 50-50 win-loss record for them, with just that one draw against Army Sports Club in that first leg. But just looking at their performance against Army last week, I thought it was pretty much a turnaround for them, and I expect them to kick on from that game onwards. And this is we'll be just having seen the graphic of the Navy team as well. They've been a bit of very inconsistent in their performance, and that record definitely shows it. 3 wins from 11 outings thus far. We have to keep in mind that they have lost quite a few of their senior players to other clubs during the off-season, and they're pretty much in the stage of rebuilding. It's not the best of records, but I'm sure they'll be able to try and put in a good performance today, and definitely if they do win, it'll definitely be an upset.
Well, they have produced some good rugby. The only problem is consistency, and time and again they have failed to convert those opportunities into points. That's where they have gone wrong. But on the other hand, definitely, like, on paper, they are a good side.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. And as we see both teams just moving towards the dressing rooms for the final change, as we see the lineup for CRNFC. Gayan Jayasekara, Supun Varnakula Surya, Himanta Hirushan. A very youthful front row, just finding their feet in top division rugby. Pandu Kangamana and Shehan Dias have been doing very well for CR this year, and their third row of Veerasekara, Joel Pereira and Omalka Gunaratna have put in a very good performance last week. Rahul De Silva has been at the center of everything good that CR has done this season, and of course young Steven Sivaraj has stepped into that fly half position, making his debut last week. And Rafaidin, Rehan Silva, Cheti and Chamad Fernando, backed up by Kevin Dixon. We'll be looking forward to getting some good quality ball for them to do their thing today. CRNFC do have a very good bench as well. Sven Muller in that hooker position. Hafiz Adahan also coming onto the bench for this game. Risit Kavanja and Wajid Faumi will be expected to play a big part as this game goes on. And of course Harit Bandar and the experienced Tharinder Ratwata will be expected to once again come and deliver from the bench. And he'll be supported by his former Trinity teammate Tisila Karna Ratna also, as well as Randita Varnapura. So that's the CRNFC lineup. As we have a look at the Navy outfit. Again, this is an area where Navy will look to dominate up front, but they've got a big front row in Kasun De Silva, Amit Gunasinghe and Charit Silva. Locks Gavin Patrick and Nirosh Pereira will want to do a good number on the CR team in the lineouts, while Adisha Veeratunga and Gehan Pereira will be backed up by Ravin De Silva in that third row, which will be a good competition between both these teams. Navy's halves combination have done well for them. Harsha Maduranga as well as Mohammad Afzal has made some good decisions, a very good running fly half, so the CR three-quarter line will need to keep a good eye on him. In the backs, the other backs, Buddhima Pieratna, Dinesh Lakmal, Chatura Senivi Ratna moving into the center position for this game from the wing 3/4, and Chatura Gomas also has got a very good turn of speed, as well as skipper Thilna Vijay Singh at fullback. On the bench, they've got some good players as well to come on during the latter stage of the game to have that impact. Deshan Vimukti, Mahesh Madhushankar, Viraj Kolambarachi, Janit Laksara, Hasita Lakshan, Richidharma Pada will come in no doubt in the latter stages of the game to try and speed up the game. Dinesh De Silva as well as Sachik Abesekara will also have a part to play as this game goes on. So those are the two teams, and looks like both teams have gone into the dressing room just to get on their playing kit and will no doubt be taking the field. Just coming to this game once again, Clifford, Navy, as you said, have been relatively inconsistent, and those are the match officials for today. Akil Jamaldin will be assisted by Dinka Peris and Ajit Kumar, and no doubt everyone will be hoping that they will have minimum part to play in this game, and it will be a fast open game that everyone can enjoy. So just coming back to this game between Navy Sports Club and CRNFC. CRNFC with a great opportunity to pretty much seal a top 4 position if they can get a good win today. They will also want to build up on that momentum which they got against Army SC, also keeping in mind that next week they'll have Kandy at home as well. So Navy on the other hand will no doubt just try to get some good quality possession today and just try and cause a bit of problems for CRNFC, whose defense yet has to be questioned. They already scored 50 points last week against Army. They did leak 33 points, so it's an area no doubt Navy will want to exploit.
Well, definitely, because the game of rugby has changed a lot, and it's going to be attacking rugby throughout, so therefore the defensive focus has to come into the game. But on the other hand, if you look at it, Navy, the stats actually really doesn't justify their performance. If you look at it, it's just 11 games and only 3 wins. The way they've been playing at Varisar, and each and every time they play against teams like Kandy and CR, so they have produced some good rugby, but unfortunately they were on the losing end. But I hope definitely they'll be playing here for a winner, because it's pretty much we are in this second round, and they have to do something out of it, because in order to get through to the next round, or rather the knockouts, I would say. But CRNFC, well, the game is in their hand, so it is up to them to convert that into points and secure a comfortable position on the table. If not, they'll be rattling as well. So there you go, the teams are on the field, and it's fantastic afternoon. Like Abdullah said, it's 29 degrees Celsius, so it's a beautiful weather, and plenty of breeze down as well. And well, so it's going to be a tough game, a tough competition, or rather I would say a good game of rugby between two good teams.
Yes, the CRNFC team have just taken the field. As we see Navy outfit 2 just taking their place in the field. The Navy Sports Club just a few seasons ago were league champions as well, but I've seen exodus of quite a few of their top quality players, very much in the stage of rebuilding their squad. Coach Motilal Jayatilaka will have a big part to play in that game, in that process rather. And from CRNFC's point of view, they'll just want to try and kick on from last week. It was a very impressive performance, offensively at least. Managed to get a few of their combinations right. Yet an interesting call to keep Tarinder Ratwat on the bench, isn't it, Clifford?
Very interesting call. I'm not sure what's going on at the club, but then again, if you look at it, it's an interesting combination there. Steven Siraj linking up with Rahul De Silva. Both players are creative players, so that's the best thing about it. And also, they have Reza Rafaidin, again another firing winger, along with Ryan Silva and Gamanu Chetia. Also Chamath Fernando, and then again, just a firefighter. You can see that's Kevin Dixon. He's always at it. So there you go. So again, if you come back to the 3/4 of Navy Sports Club, Harsha Madhurang and Mohammad Afzal. Now Afzal been lately he's been playing a creative role, but that is not good enough to get the ball down to his 3/4. But Thilna Veer Singh once again, like big name, and especially Chatura Seneviratna as a centre. So those are again good big names, and they are popular players as well as good skilled, talented players. So you can see a good contest between the 3/4 here.
That's right. As we kick off, Thilna Vijay Singh will kick off. Nice hanging kick, Collected very well by Joel Pereira. CRNFC again possession. Rahul De Silva just evaluating his options. Going in for a hit. Sivaraj asking for the ball. No doubt he'll look to clear his lines. A kick, but not the best of kicks. Comfortably collected by Tilvijay Singh. Runs it back at CRNFC. CRNFC defense up to it. A good tackle by Rehan Silva. Managing to keep the player up, slowing the ball down as much as possible, but Navy have done well to take the ball in. So they go try to create another phase. Good recycling. They have players out wide. Abzal just passing it on to Lakmal. And the ball goes in. Khasun Silva takes the ball into contact. It's very slow ball there. Navy will do well to try and recycle position at much high rate. The ball back to Abzal and fortunately just knocked on. Rehan Silva taking the ball, loose ball, taking it up. No doubt will look to clear it. Rahul De Silva gets it out to Joel Pereira once again. He's doing a lot of carrying for CRNFC this season. Another poor pass, but well collected by Hirushan. Takes the ball back in. As you can see, Sivaraj once again finding some good touch there, identifying the space at the back. So that's a relatively good start by CRNFC. Navy had an opportunity. They did have position at the start, but unfortunately just not managing to hold on to the ball.
A terrible miskick there by Sivaraj, but then again managed to secure the ball back, and it's a good recovery kick, I would say. If not, it was a gifted opportunity for Navy Sports Club to move forward. Unfortunately, it was a knock forward. But again, CRNFC managed to recover position. Good to see Omalka again, just like playing a fantastic role, talking to his forwards, getting the team up. So you need like leadership, and that's been delivered from him. Good player.
Yes, a good steal by CRNFC, taking the ball in. Joel Pereira once again, the man taking the ball up. Rahul De Silva just trying to get the forwards organized. Gyanjay Sekara taking the ball in. Breaking through a few tackles, managing to get over the gain line. Gets slow ball. Sivaraj once again to Kevin Dixon, using his quick feet. But Navy defense very much up to it. Once again, Rahul De Silva collecting the ball, going in. Angamana taking the ball in. Well defended by Navy Sports Club, but CRNFC have managed to retain position. Omalka once again breaking through a few tackles. Just trying to evaluate the options. Sivaraj taking the ball in. A bit of a high shot by Absal. Referee has his hand out. Playing advantage. CRNFC will do well to try and make use of it. They lose the ball in contact, but referee Akil Jamaldeen was very much playing advantage for that high tackle. So it's a penalty just about 30 meters out, pretty much in front of the post. And very correctly, skipper Gunaratna signaling to the post to take the 3 points. Looks like Sivaraj will be taking over the kicking duties this week. In the absence of Tarinder Ratwat, earlier they had Reza Rafaidin doing duty, but looks like Sivaraj will be taking the first kick at least. Very accomplished player from his time at St. Peter's. Just playing his second game at club level. Great opportunity for CR to go ahead.
It was not a good decision to go so high, and this is very much a kickable decision for Sivaraj standards. And I would say, even though it's in a slight angle, but it's very much like under the post. So makes no mistake. Oh, it's yes. I thought for a moment like it just swung towards the post, but 3 points secured for CRNFC. Good start for them, and Navy putting a lot of pressure on CRNFC, but CRNFC did so well. And I would say it was a run on both occasions. Managed to bring the ball up along with Joel Pereira. So they were the two instrumental players to get these 3 points. So fantastic play, CRNFC. 3-0.
Yes, it all started from that stolen line out. It's an area of the game where CRNFC have struggled this year, but you can see a slight improvement from that Army game onwards. Another high hanging kick by Vijay Singha, tap back by Veera Sekara. Passes the ball to Chamot Fernando, does well to stay in play. And Chamot Fernando has knocked that ball on. So these are the kind of mistakes that Sia will want to avoid. Pretty much a basic error really. Going into contact, you have to be good enough at this level to secure position. Once you get the points just from that kickoff, it's just so vital to collect the ball cleanly and get into the opposition's half.
Once again, going back to the fact that Tarendra Rathwata is one of the leading scorers. Being on the bench is a little bit questionable, but well, seems like no harm so far. Managed to get the 3 points off the fly half, the replacement fly half. A clean scrum by Navy Sports Club. Options, they got heap space, loads of space, but can he go all the way? That's the question. A little bit of fumble. I would say a 50-50 chance there.
Yeah, definitely you could see very clearly that trying to use the speed of Buddhima Peyaratna out wide, trying to get the ball to him as quickly as possible. But fortunately from Sia's point of view, their drift defense was very good on that occasion. They had it covered and just managing to put in enough pressure on Buddhima to bundle him into touch. So CRNFC will be under a bit of pressure from this line out. They did steal the previous one from Navies, but this line out is going to be crucial for them to try and collect it and clear their lines. Supun Varnakula Surya will be looking to find Shamal Veerasekara once again, and Shamal collects very well. So they're looking to drive that, but looks like it has been collapsed. Referee Akil Jamaldin has his hand out. Rehan Silva taking the ball up. Good clearance by the forwards once again, going into contact. Gunaratne taking the ball in, looking to pass it. Very risky pass to Angamana, who does well to take the ball further ahead. Rahul De Silva signals that he's going to go for the box kick. Nice hanging kick. And the ball hasn't found touch. This could spell danger for Navy. The ball does come into Navy's players' hands, but I think referee Akil Jamaldin declaring that there was a bit of a pullback. So really needless infringement by Navy Sports Club. They definitely had everything going for them from that situation. And Sivaraj makes no mistake in finding touch once again. So discipline, letting Navy down on that occasion. They were in a very good position to launch an attack from that base kick by Rahul De Silva, but just not showing enough patience has costed them. So another line out opportunity for CRNFC. Shamal Veerasekara once again does very well to collect that ball, setting up for a driving maul. Good counter by Navy, not giving much away, but Sia little by little inching themselves forward. They managed to roll that to the left side. Navy players need to regroup quickly. It's gone down. Rahul De Silva just trying to set the forwards up. Omalka taking the ball in. Just recycling. CRNFC just content in slowing the game down as much as possible. Finally the ball goes to Sivaraj, who goes in for a high up and under. Sia chasers are there in numbers, not much pressure. Buddhima Peyaratna just trying to make that first break, but does very well. Good recycled ball. Navy has players out wide, just trying to get the ball out. And the ball going towards the wing three-quarter. It's Chatura Gomas. So again, not the best of kicks by Sivaraj. Navy had enough of time to collect that ball and launch a counter-attack. If they're going to kick, it's got to be very accurate, isn't it, Clifford?
Yeah, the intention was clear, but then again, the communication was not there for his centres to charge down. But again, it was a decent kick, but unfortunately, he didn't get the support coming in. But Navy managed to secure it, and they are going forward now. It's going to be a chance for Navy to cruise forward. But CR, they have to pull really hard on their defense. But again, looking at a side like when you're looking at pace, they are definitely missing their skipper, Kamindipira.
Yeah, that's right. Been out for a while now. The news is that he's on the way to recovery. Hopefully he'll be fit for their next game against Kandy. But Navy Sports Club, a crucial line out for them. The last line out, they lost it in their own 22 and conceded 3 points in the rush. So interesting to see how this line out will go. Good clean collection this time, and Navy have managed to go in, and they have gone in for a really soft try there. You've got to question where the CRNFC defense was pretty much non-existent. You've got to wonder where CRNFC's defensive line out was on that occasion. There was absolutely no one there, and Gihan Pereira, the former Josephian flank forward, just going over. Just have to wonder where was CRNFC's defense on that occasion from that line out. There's absolutely no one there. And the Navy have done extremely well to go into the lead. So CRNFC once again, that defensive line out, letting them down. Total lack of communication, total lack of structure. It's an area of the game where they really needed to tighten up. Just conceding a very, very soft try on that occasion.
Yeah, definitely it was a soft try. The defense got caught sleeping, I would say. Yes, conversion is successful. Makes no mistake. That's the skipper putting those points over. So Navy leading. They've been trailing by 3 points. Now they're leading by 7 points, or rather 4 points. 7-3 is the score. What a comeback. Beautifully done.
Yes, I'm sure that the SIA coaching staff will want to have a close look at that line out defense. Pretty much non-existent on that occasion. So CRNFC will look to try and strike back immediately. Sivraj getting ready for the kickoff. High hanging kick. Ball going loose. Rafaidin with an opportunity, but unfortunately not just able to read that bounce. The ball goes safely into touch. So Navy Sports Club, although having limited possession thus far in the game, find themselves ahead 7 points to 3. They've shortened the line out to 4 men. Nice hanging throw to Gihan Silva. They've taken the ball in and lost the ball in the rush as well. That's a poor error really from your own 22. You don't want those kind of errors to come. Looks like it's that big man, Kasum Silva, guilty of knocking the ball in contact.
Took the eyes off and he was going for the man to take that hard hit. But definitely it's not the right thing to do. Just you have to hold possession. You can't give up the ball in your own territory. And CR really pushing forward, even though Navy is leading at the moment. But CR had more possession and they've been playing some fantastic rugby. So it's a chance for CR to regroup and regain the lead. So let's see what they're going to make out of this. Scrum right in front of this post.
Yes, they've got a great option either to go right or left. Rahul De Silva moves to the left, but decide to go on the right, and Rafaidin does extremely well to get over the gain line. Good recycled ball. Rahul De Silva deciding to stay as the first receiver. The ball goes back in again. Joel Pereira, Himanta Hirushan takes the ball up. Omalka shouting out for it. Running across really. And there are players out wide. Chetia just trying to hold on to the ball. He had Chamod Fanet outside him, but did extremely well to try and stay in play. Just a couple of meters out. And Omalka Gunaratna goes over. So wonderful body position. And from that kind of a distance, you're not going to stop Omalka. Went very low. Made that initial foray, wondering whether he did the mistake by running across, but just managed to get the ball out in time. Chetia did very well to try and take the ball further up, recycle position, and from that kind of situation, you're not going to stop Omalka Gunaratna.
Yeah, he came in very low. It was very unstoppable, I would say. I mean, any position you even kneel down and very hard to defend, and he was coming at a pace. So that was a good try by Omalka, and also good points for CRNFC and Gamanu Chetia, or in fact Chetia. Doing so well to hold on to that ball, and he just brought that forward and holding on to that defensive force by 2 Navy defenders. So fantastic play by CRNFC, and that was the error which caused Navy Sports Club their lead. Sivraj with the conversion. So once again, to his standards, it's very much kickable. And I would say the wind is also in favor of his angle. 8-7, CRNFC leading. Good flat kick, but doesn't have the direction. So missing out on 2 points. Well, Abdullah, if you look at the season as a whole, you have seen games being won and lost by a point and 2. So each and every point is, or rather opportunity, is very much vital.
Yes, points absolutely crucial. So CRNFC slowly taking the lead back in their hands once again, striking back immediately. Now they'll look forward to just try and secure some good clean position from this kickoff. Veerasinghe ready to kick. Once again a nice hanging kick. Veerasekara just going up, but unfortunately not collecting it cleanly, but Joel Pereira does very well to clean that up. And once again penalized for coming in from the side. So on that occasion again CRNFC just not clinical enough from the kickoff. It's Shehan Dias being penalized for coming on from the side of the ruck. And an opportunity for Navy to once again get the lead back.
We told you it's going to be a competitive game, and it has become very competitive within the first 20 minutes itself, and it's swinging both ways.
Yes, well, it looks like both teams' discipline is letting them down, and that's what's putting them on the back foot thus far. It's not anything to do with any great offensive display. It's just errors and a lack of discipline that is letting both teams down. Veerasinghe makes no mistake with the kick. So once again, Navy Sports Club going to the lead, 10 points to 8. Skipper Tilna Veerasinghe has been very consistent for Navy Sports Club over the last few seasons. No different this year as well.
Well, each and every time they go down, they recover very quickly. So that shows the class of the Navy Sports Club. And, well, again, they are in the lead. But if there's an injury concern, well, this turf has contributed to a couple of injuries over the last 2 weeks. One neck injury and one knee injury, a little bit serious. But hope they recover. But so far, so good.
Yes, both teams will do well to tighten up their game. Thus far, it's been relatively error-ridden. That has enabled both teams to get points on the board. CRNFC just conceding a very soft try from a line-out to Gehan Silva, who just collected the ball, and there was no one to stop him, and he just went right over. And then CRNFC is hitting back quite immediately from a Omalka Gunaratna try, and then from the ensuing kickoff, conceding a penalty. So both coaches no doubt will be keeping a close eye on that, and will definitely want to have a word with them at the break as we see Sivaraj getting ready for the next kickoff. Nice hanging kick. Veerasekara almost managing to collect that ball, but unable to, so the ball goes into touch. It'll be a Navy throw-in.
Yeah, once again, if you look at the team sheet, CRNFC has some good firepower. Kevin Dixon and Reza Ravaidin been quiet so far. And also, if you look at the bench, Tisla Karunathilaka and also Tarinda Rathwat, well, there's some big names to come up, and again, like Rantita Varnapura. So definitely, there's going to be a very exciting second half as well. But in the meantime, Navy pushing forward. Can they break through? Good defensive tackle coming in. Good offload. They got possession, trying to break that CRNFC line. Again, making that mistake, but managed to secure the ball. They got numbers on the right. Beautifully done. Beautiful dummy. Look at that power. Beautiful run.
It's a good recycle ball. Abzal taking the ball flat, using some wonderful footwork. Taking the ball again to his halfback partner. Some good recycle position, but Sia doing well to try and slow that ball down. Again, the big man, Kasun De Silva, just taking the ball up. Charit Silva on that occasion taking the ball up once again. CRNFC will do well to just try and maintain their discipline here, try and absorb the pressure as much as possible. This is again Charit Silva taking the ball up, but some good defense by Shehan Dias. A good pick and go. Navy slowly but surely inching their way towards the CRNFC try line. Another good pass to Madhuranga. The ball going out wide to big man Shehan, rather Kasundi Silva once again. And the ball goes out to Abzal. Flat pass. Chatraseni Ratna does well to collect it, but the offload was not good. Chamod Fernando managing to get in between, and CRNFC have turned position over. Rahul De Silva passing the ball to Gayan Jayasekara. CRNFC will be looking to try and clear their lines now. Rahul De Silva using his trusted left boot to bundle that ball into touch. So another lost opportunity for Navy, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a beautiful pace of rugby, and they were continuing that momentum what they built. And well, for a moment I thought they were about to go and score, because the CR side, well, actually they were putting a lot of people on the right hand side, on the blind side I would say, but again against one, so they had more pace, or rather more space on the left flank, but unfortunately they were unable to convert. But again, it was a good interception. I would say it's a definitely 5-point saver there, but a chance for Navy to rebuild and regroup. So they are still within the CRNFC territory, and they have the throw in. But if you look at the lineouts, CRNFC has been very consistent in defending lineouts.
So Guru Singha ready with the throw. Goes to number 1. CRNFC caught napping, and a good run by Kasundi Silva taking the ball up. Just attacking along the fringes. Again, slowly but surely trying to drive up. Another good pass, good recycle ball. But Omar Gunaratna did well, but unfortunately knocked the ball on. He did have possession. As you can see, just venting his frustration there. Did all the hard work, but unfortunately not managing to hold on to the ball.
But good effort to stop Navy, because Navy's been pushing forward. So suddenly they have realized they have the opportunity and they want to push forward, and they are doing it now. They have built some good momentum, and definitely CR trying to break that. So it's a scrum in favor of Navy Sports Club, who's leading 10 points to 8. And definitely if they score, it's going to be a psychological advantage, having a healthy lead. But CRNFC struggling at the defense at the moment, but not good enough to stop Navy on a couple of occasions when they push forward. So they are in their danger zone. They have to defend hard.
Yes, just about 10 meters away from the try line. Interesting to see what kind of option Navy will take. Madhuranga just feels the ball in. Referee has his hand out for an advantage, and Abzal with a nice inside pass to Gomez. Takes the ball in, and a lovely pass to Ravin De Silva, who goes over for Navy's second try. Again, you've got to question where was CRNFC's defense. The third row between a combination of Gihan Pereira, Ravin De Silva and Adisha Veeratunga. I think in the thick of everything that Navy seems to be executing today.
Well, I wonder where Shamal Veerasekara has been, because most of the occasions, well, Himanta Hirushan and along with Pandu Gangamana, they go missing in terms of defense. It's a chance for Navy, and they just simply took it, saying thank you very much. So they score the second try, and they are actually now leading by 7, in fact 8 points, or rather 7 points. If the conversion goes in, it's going to be a healthy 10 points lead. So that's going to put CRNFC under pressure. There you go, the conversion is successful. The skipper makes no mistake, Tilna Veerasinghe. So score moves up to 18, or rather 17 points to 8.
Yeah, that's right, and we're taking, referee has just blown for a 1 minute break. An IRB regulation, or rather World Rugby regulation, where the teams will be just taking a 1 minute breather. This is a quick update from race course of the game between CHNFC and Kandy Sports Club. CHNFC leading 3 points to nil, just approaching the 10-minute mark. So another close encounter expected at race course. So back at London Place, both teams just taking a small breather.
Well, Abdullah, if you take a recap of the game so far, like you rightly said, because both the teams been scoring not because of their offensive brilliance, but because of the defensive errors of their opponents. So both the teams have to focus really hard on their defense, because second half is going to be really, really crucial. And right now, looking at the score, 17 points to 8, it's going to be a tough ask for CRNFC to put an extra effort to level things, and from there to go back and lead. But you never know, things might happen in this ground. We have seen that, but this one is going to be a close contest. That's all I can say. But they have to organize their defense.
Yeah, that's right. It's the defensive frailties that has let down CRNFC this season thus far. There's no shortage of talent in that squad, but they just haven't been able to live up to expectations. Their line-out today has been much better compared to the previous seasons, but looks like they will have to just get their defensive coordination, their defensive structure in place as well, because a few more lapses on their part could very well see them letting this game go, and I'm sure they wouldn't want that to happen.
Well, actually, in nature, I think that's in the game of rugby these days. We play, it's offensive. I was talking to a couple of Kandy players, and when we question about their defense, all what they said was, well, if they score once, we try to score twice or thrice. So basically, it has become an offensive game, but defensive skills also wins matches, and especially when it goes very close, you have to put an extra effort. But right now, I don't see these teams are doing that.
Yes, well, it's an interesting concept. They score thrice, we'll score 4 times, but you've got to keep in mind that in the game of rugby, chances are half of the game you're going to be without possession, you're going to be without the ball. So you've got to practice your defense, you've got to get your defensive communication systems in place. And as you can see, CRNFC just making a change. Experience Tarinda Ratwata coming onto the field. Looks like Gamlu Chetia will be going off, so Ratwata will in all probability take his place in the outside center position. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Sivraj kicks the game off once again, comfortably collected by Adisha Viratunga. Ball goes out to another Navy player, and the ball is recycled extremely well. Spread wide, but Navy seems to seem to have that covered. Good tackle by Chamod. Whereas Navy do well to try and recycle ball. They seem intent on going end to end, using their big players in the middle to try to take the ball up. Ravin Silva, the try scorer once again, taking the ball up, but well defended by Hiroshan on that occasion. Navy recycled the ball. Oh, a nice long loopy pass. And just throwing the ball in again recklessly, but Kevin Dixon on hand to take it. He takes the ball up. CRNFC need to find players in numbers to try and recycle possession. Rahul De Silva again going for the box kick option. Oh, but a wonderful step by Absal. But CRNFC do seem to have numbers and they've held him up. But Navy do extremely well to try and recycle position. They do have players out wide if they can spread it out. CR defense is going to be stretched. And again, it's Gomes once again who kicks ahead, but looks like the ball is going to go out on the full. So another lost opportunity, because if he had managed to keep that ball in play, a try was definitely on. So Navy showing some good enterprise, going end to end, trying to stretch this CRNFC defense as much as possible.
Once again, a genuine lost opportunity there, because they had numbers pretty much 4 against 2. They could have drawn those 2 and offloaded, but then again opted to go for the long pass. Well, it was good defensive play there by CRNFC as well. So Tarinda Ratwata again, like, a very experienced campaigner. He's playing in the first center. Well, I wouldn't say it's a bad position for him, because he's been a 7th player anyway. So he's got his skills, he's got his footwork, and he's got his pace. And definitely, like, he's a line breaker, that's for sure.
Yes, CRNFC going short to Vijay Sekara. managed to win the ball. Rahul De Silva trying to organize the forwards. Again, Joel Pereira taking the ball up. He's been their main ball carrier for this game. Possession recycled. Sivaraj misses and pass misses Ratwata and gets it out to Rehan De Silva. And CRNFC bit untidy, not getting very clean ball. Sivaraj caught in possession, but seems to have been yeah, it looks like it's a high tackle. Sivaraj not the tallest man, so it's not the easiest to get below his shoulder level. So another opportunity for CRNFC to get some good touch. Just a small correction regarding the replacement. It looks like it's Rafaidin who has made his way to the bench. So Gamanu Chethi has moved to the wing 3 position, and Ratwata has made his way to the number 13 outside centre spot. So that's a good touch finder by Ratwata. Just about 5 meters outside the Navy 22. So a good attacking opportunity if CRNFC can get some good line out ball.
Yeah, we saw soon after the try by Navy Sports Club, Rafaidin was limping. And I wouldn't say it's a tactical change, it's just a replacement coming in. Once again, line out cleanly taken by CRNFC. Rahul De Silva going for Sivraj. Then they got numbers on the right, but opting to break that line. But he's still going forward strong. Good ruck set up there. Well, chance for CR, isn't it?
Yes, they've taken it up well. Some good defense by Navy, and they've managed to get that ball back again. So really good defense by Navy, using that gang tackle well on that occasion. I think it was Veera Sekara who felt the brunt of that tackle. So lost opportunity for CRNFC. Thought that they did very well at line out time, but unfortunately just losing that ball in contact once again.
So much going on in the middle of the park. You can hear a lot of noises, a lot of voices. Players shouting at each other. Just cover for me. Defense, pass, come in for the tackle, join the ruck. So it's good to see them really enjoying the game of rugby, and it's a high intense game here. Rather highly intense game here. CR taking on Navy Sports Club. CR going into the game as a favourites, looking at the table position, but on the other hand, Navy turned out to be the better team so far. Both the teams have lost points or given away points owing to their defensive errors. We haven't seen much of the offensive or attacking brilliance here so far.
Yes, a quick update from Racecourse. Kandy have gone into the lead by 7 points to 3. As it's about just approaching the 20th minute mark there. So Navy Sports Club centre scrum. Look interesting to see what kind of option they will take. The ball is fed by Madhuranga. Abzal looking to go inside and almost getting away. Yeah, just having players in there. Maybe doing well to recycle possession. Yes, CRNFC penalized for not rolling away. So again, just some defensive indiscipline letting CRNFC down. You just don't want to concede those kind of penalties, and it's interesting call. Tilna Vijay Singh opting to go for the post. It's almost 60 meters.
Well, he's counting on the wind, I would say. So the brace is in favor of his kicking direction. It's about 52 meters, I would say 52 to 55, yeah, 52. And well, it's pretty much straightforward kick. Almost 55, I would say. Almost 55, so if he can convert, that's going to be a fabulous kick. Could be the match winner as well. Not that much of a long run up. Probably about 3 steps. Opted to go flat. Had the distance but not the direction. Pulled it a little bit too wide inside.
You've got to wonder whether he actually took that kick with the intention of just ensuring that CRNFC have to take a 22 dropout.
It just looked like that. So restart, CRNFC putting the ball back up in the air. Navy good collection, 3 quarters trying to form up. Well, they got numbers, but CR defense coming in very quickly. So once again, Navy held up inside their own territory. Good kick there, and nice collection by Omalka. Well, he's pretty much like Harris Omar material, isn't he? Good pass once again. Second time he's offloading, just like a basketball player. Good pass. Maybe forming the ruck and trying to reorganize. CRNFC once again pushing forward, driving forward hard. Good held back defense there by Navy. Sivraj opted to go for touch. Could that be full? Yes, it is full.
Yeah, poor option by Sivraj. Would have done well to try and keep the ball in hand. Opting to go for the boot. Navy had that well covered at the back as well, and eventually just ending up kicking the ball out on the full. CRNFC just putting themselves under pressure by making the wrong decisions. Navy find themselves comfortably 17 points to 8. CRNFC will want to ensure that they do score next.
Well, for me, I feel like that CRNFC each and every time they win the ball, they have seems like they have ran out of options.
So I think it's more a case of not taking the correct options. I think Clifford, as you see Navy going to the front to their big man Kasun De Silva, takes the ball in well. Ball recycles back to Upsal. It's the other man, Charit Silva. He takes the ball up. Some quick ball to Upsal as well, who slings the ball out to Chaturaseni Viratna, who passes the ball. And unfortunately, ball just going out in front. So forward pass, but again, Navy showing how dangerous they can be when they do get some good quality front foot position.
Captain and number 2.
Looks like
Number 2.
there's been some infringement. Referee Akhil Jamaldeen calling out the Navy skipper. Looks like it's Amit Gurusingha, the army, rather Navy hooker.
Penalty right 8 against bad against.
Well, CRNFC survives once again, owing to that error by Amit Gurusingha. I'm not sure what the infringement is.
Yeah, well, it's signaling. The signal seems to be talking back to the referee. So nonetheless, an opportunity for CRNFC to get back into Navy's half. Ratwata makes no mistake with a wonderful kick right on the 22. So CRNFC just need to ensure that they do get some good quality ball from this situation.
Well, Tharendra Ratwat had already made an impact. A couple of good kicks and some good defensive efforts. So once again, this time the chance is in favor of CRNFC. They are inside the Navy territory, and Navy defense, well, they have dealt with this kind of situations on multiple occasions in this game so far. So let's see this clean run out by CRNFC. They got the numbers, opting to go for the rolling maul. But good defense coming from Navy as well. They are reading that game very well, the drive. But finding it difficult to hold on to the CRNFC force. But on the other hand, they are reading that rolling maul very well, managing to hold it down.
Some good defense by Navy, but longer this goes on, you just sense that CRNFC are going to get the upper hand, and they're moving forward. It's moving sideways as well, so Navy just doing well to try and hold on.
Still moving.
Eventually it goes to ground, and CRNFC have managed to retain position. Rahul De Silva evaluating his options. Passes the ball to Angamana, who goes into contact. Ball is recycled well. Next goes to Shehan Silva. Rahul De Silva just trying to marshal his troops back. Shehan Silva once again going in, and he has knocked the ball down. So you have to commend the Navy defense on that occasion. Managed to absorb that pressure from first the line-out drive, and after that the phase moves that CRNFC were trying to execute. So some good work by Navy defense. It's probably the best part of defensive play that we've seen in this game. And CRNFC will rue not making maximum use of that opportunity.
Well, absolutely brilliant defense there by Navy Sports Club, starting from that rolling maul. Instead of taking it forward, they brought it sideways and managed to break it up. And from there onwards, they've been trying to stop that drive by CRNFC. 3, 4, 5 phases. Good defensive skills. Beautiful play. And they forced CRNFC to make an error. Now the ball is in favor of them. So it's a turnaround ball. And I would say it's nicely calculated defensive play by Navy Sports Club. So chance for them to retain their lead. And or rather push CRNFC back into their territory. So it's pretty much territorial game here, and in terms of possession, I would say CRNFC had much more possession, but unable to convert those opportunities into points. So that's what's going to cost them the game if at all they lose. But on the other hand, Navy, they are giving everything possible to stop that CRNFC forwards driving.
Yeah, that's right. They'll have just themselves to blame, because they've had ample position and ample territory as well, but just haven't been accurate enough to execute their plans. Navy will consider themselves a bit fortunate to be up 17 points to 8, but you have to give it to them that every opportunity they have got, they made it count. So we're just approaching the last few minutes of this first half. Navy no doubt will be looking to just try and clear the ball from this situation. It's like a Chatura Seniviratna is lined up. The ball comes out loose, but the Tilna Veerasinghe does well to just clear the ball, and he finds a good touch just around the 30-meter mark, and I'm sure they'll be pleased with that. It's not much time remaining in this first half.
Not a great kick, but good enough to get out of trouble. So all what they have to build from there. So once again, another chance for CRNFC to go for that same replay what they did from the line out from there of Sarendra Ratwata's kick and bring the ball back. So it depends on who's going to win the line out. So good contest there by Navy, but CRNFC winning that line out once again. They're trying to do that rolling maul. Navy coming in for the defense. It's
Boys available!
so you can see it has gone to the ground. Sivraj
Play on!
and looking for options, going for the fast ball, the long ball. Kevin Dixon.
Chamal Fernando takes it up. Dixon there to clear it. Ratwata crying out for the ball. And then Joel Pereira running a wonderful angle. Wonderful run by Joel Pereira, and he knocks the ball down at the very last moment. Did all the hard work. That's pretty much been the story of CRNFC's performance in this first half. Some good recycled possession. Ratwata putting a wonderful pass to Joel Pereira, who ran a wonderful line. But just with the line staring at him, just not able to hold on to the ball and losing the ball in contact.
But good defense coming in there from Tilna Veerasinghe as well. In fact, going in for the tackle and just knocking the ball off Joel Pereira. So fantastic defensive play. And they survive, Navy. But on the other hand, you can see CRNFC has built some momentum. And, well, they are playing a different game now. Chance for CR to turn things over. But on the other hand, it's the ball in favor of Navy Sports Club. So they'll be definitely trying to get out of jail.
So this we know probably will be the last move of this first half.
Number 3 is there, number 3 is there.
At least, so maybe we'll just do well to try and clear their lines. Pravin Silva breaks. He breaks the first tackle, does well, goes up, recycles position very well. Players out wide. Goes to Ratna. He's the speed set team. Chetia does very well to hold on to the ball. Inside pass, and Ratwata does very well to retain that position. The ball goes to Joel Pereira. An opportunity for CRNFC to get something in this first half. The ball goes back, but Not collected cleanly, but the referee has indicated that the ball has gone back. CRNFC with yet another opportunity.
Use the ball, ball is available.
Slow ball. Navy defense gives it Navy the opportunity to just regroup. So looks like that the ball has gone into the ground. It's not coming out. So referee deciding that the BCR's ball.
Allows the offload there by ThePapare, so shouldn't have done that. It was clean interception, I would say, just to the hands of CR player. But Tarindaratha did well to secure and send it off to Joel Pereira once again, being so lively and bringing that ball forward. But unfortunately, from there they couldn't make anything out of it. So once again, Navy defense playing a little bit of part in there to hold that move back by CRNFC. So chance for CRNFC once again, and they've been pushing for the last 15 minutes or so. We've been playing inside the Navy territory, and each and every occasion CRNFC had the ball and Navy defended very well. So it's Navy's putting an extra effort to improve on their defense, and they have done it so far, and now they can count on that as well. So once again, CRNFC attacking, they're coming in, looking for numbers, coming in, inside pass, cut out pass, whatever you call it, and coming in reverse angles. Tarindaratha to Dixon, can he go all the way? Chamath Fernando coming in for the support, but he's been brought down, Kevin Dixon. A little bit of recycling happening. Once again, Joel Pereira
does well to hold on to the ball this time. Gavin Jayasekara just taking the ball in. Gayan Jayasekara rather. And CRNFC do seem to have players out wide. Rehan Silva pass it on to Shehan Silva, who goes over for a wonderful try. That's just what CRNFC wanted on the stroke of half time. They have struck back through Shehan Silva, but it was a wonderfully executed Shehan Dias. So wonderfully executed try. Ball going end to end, recycled, and they had men out wide. So CRNFC will be very pleased how this first half has ended. Just got the score which will bridge that gap. Now to be 12 points to 17.
We saw that coming for a long while. CR been attacking very well, but Navy, they've been defending, but this occasion caught short on numbers, and from end to end, that three quarters working that ball around as a team try, I would say, and it was a fantastic finish as well. Beautiful offload by Tarindaratha, and from there the support play and good finish. It was a classic rugby try.
Yeah, that's right. Good handling skills, identifying the space, the overlap out wide. Just executing the basics well, that's all what it's about. So Tarinda with an opportunity to further narrow this deficit going into half time. Just going across the post, so that'll be half time, and it'll be 13 points to 17 in favor of Navy Sports Club. But a timely try on the stroke of half time will give CRNFC hope as they go into the second half. Both coaches no doubt will have a lot to say to their players. Need to cut down their error rate. It's been the bane of that first half. So CRNFC will look to perform much better, execute their skills. Sure, that last try would have given them a bit of confidence, just reducing the lead. So we'll go in for a break as Navy Sports Club leads CRNFC 17 points to 13.
It ain't easy, but it's almost over. Ain't gonna let it pull me under, but
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
අපේ ගෙදර හැමෝටම ඉන්ටනෙට් ඕනේ. මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි රවුටරේ නිසා ගෙදරදි කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. අපි වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටනෙට් ගියත් පැකේජ් එක එකයි. ඒත් ගෙදරින් එළියට ගියාම හැමෝටම පැකේජ් එක අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hey බැරි! මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි ප්ලස් පැකේජ් එක තියෙන්නේ. ලංකාවේ කොහේ ගියත් රවුටරේ ගෙදර තියෙද්දි ගෙදර හැමෝටම එකම පැකේජ් එකෙන් වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටනෙට් යන්න පුළුවන් එකම ක්‍රමය. මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි ප්ලස් විතරයි. ඒ විතරක් නෙමේ. එක බිලයි කනෙක්ෂන්ස් ගොඩයි.
Crescent Mini Keys. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keys only from Crescent.
අපේ ගෙදර හැමෝටම ඉන්ටනෙට් ඕනේ. මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි රවුටරේ නිසා ගෙදරදි කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. අපි වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටනෙට් ගියත් පැකේජ් එක එකයි. ඒත් ගෙදරින් එළියට ගියාම හැමෝටම පැකේජ් එක අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hey බැරි! මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි ප්ලස් පැකේජ් එක තියෙන්නේ. ලංකාවේ කොහේ ගියත් රවුටරේ ගෙදර තියෙද්දි ගෙදර හැමෝටම එකම පැකේජ් එකෙන් වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටනෙට් යන්න පුළුවන් එකම ක්‍රමය. මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි ප්ලස් විතරයි. ඒ විතරක් නෙමේ. එක බිලයි කනෙක්ෂන්ස් ගොඩයි.
Sophisticated selection of Yardley, London.
Breeder fast Pulsar NS160 with wider tyres and twin disc brakes from David Pierce Motor Company Private Limited.
අපේ ගෙදර හැමෝටම ඉන්ටනෙට් ඕනේ. මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි රවුටරේ නිසා ගෙදරදි කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. අපි වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටනෙට් ගියත් පැකේජ් එක එකයි. ඒත් ගෙදරින් එළියට ගියාම හැමෝටම පැකේජ් එක අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hey බැරි! මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි ප්ලස් පැකේජ් එක තියෙන්නේ. ලංකාවේ කොහේ ගියත් රවුටරේ ගෙදර තියෙද්දි ගෙදර හැමෝටම එකම පැකේජ් එකෙන් වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටනෙට් යන්න පුළුවන් එකම ක්‍රමය. මොබිටෙල් වයිෆයි ප්ලස් විතරයි. ඒ විතරක් නෙමේ. එක බිලයි කනෙක්ෂන්ස් ගොඩයි.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites only from Crescent.
අපේ ගෙදර හැමෝටම ඉන්ටනෙට් ඕනේ. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi රවුටරේ නිසා ගෙදරේදී කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. අපි වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටනෙට් ගියත් පැකේජ් එක එකයි. ඒත් ගෙදරින් එළියට ගියාම හැමෝටම පැකේජ් එක අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hey බැරි. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi Plus පැකේජ් එක තියෙන්නේ ලංකාවේ කොහේ ගියත් රවුටරේ ගෙදර තියෙද්දි ගෙදර හැමෝටම එකම පැකේජ් එකෙන් වෙන වෙනම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් යන්න පුළුවන් එකම ක්‍රමය. මොබිටෙල් Wi-Fi Plus විතරයි. ඒ විතරක් නෙමේ. එක බිලයි කනෙක්ෂන්ස් ගොඩයි.
We are back at London Place for the second half encounter between CRNFC and Navy Sports Club. Looks like CRNFC will be attacking towards the pool side in the second half. Will be playing with the advantage of a slight wind, but they'll definitely have to be more accurate in the execution. It's what let them down in that first half. Did well to score a very good try on the stroke of the end of that first half, which has just closed the gap between both teams. We're waiting for the Navy team to take the field. Clifford, your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, the first half had been very much a roller coaster ride. Most of the scoring was happening owing to defensive errors, except for the final try that CR really worked for it. But on the other hand, we saw some brilliant defending from Navy Sports Club as well. So both the teams have gained momentum entering the latter stages of the first half. So let's hope they're going to carry the same momentum and move forward to the second half. So definitely, if so, the second half is going to be an interesting one. Navy will be coming back in order to get their, or rather extend their lead. But CR, well, they are playing at their home turf. They will be fighting really hard for a win. So they are catching up. So that's going to be a good restart. The second half coming up next. So CR and FC taking Navy Sports Club, and Navy at the moment leading, and CR, we've been doing the catching up game so far.
So we're just about ready to kick off the second half. Navy players taking their places on the field. Both third rows have had a big game in that first half. Shamal Veerasekar, Joel Pereira and Omalka Gunaratna for CRNFC, as well as from Navy's point of view, Adisha Veeratunga, Gihan Pereira and Ravin De Silva, as Sivaraj kicks off, comfortably collected by Navy as they just set it up. Madhuranga just evaluating his options, deciding to go to his forwards, creating another phase. Abzal fumbles with the ball but recollects and just goes in for a high kick. Raul De Silva going for the ball but not quite. But knocking the ball down, so a bit fortunate from CR's point of view. No one going in for the ball on that occasion. I think Sivaraj was the guilty party. Went into the air, but only caught air rather.
He just completely mistimed the jump. And maybe there's something to do with the wind as well. Probably the wind from the final tip would have taken the ball away from the jump. But on the other hand, they were lucky enough to secure the ball back. So chance for CR to regain the same momentum and continue with that attacking moves. Going into halftime, the stroke of halftime, they managed to score. It was a classic rugby try, I would say. And again, Rahul De Silva with the throw-in. So CR on the move.
It's a great attacking opportunity for CRNFC. See if they can start the second half the way they ended the first. Omalka Gunaratna breaking. Once again, getting on his feet. Using his strength to go over. Recycled ball. And unfortunately, just knocking the ball on at that crucial moment. It's really a skill which teams, not both these teams, but all teams in this A Division Rugby League need to master losing the ball in contact. It just slows the ball, it slows the game down so much. Again, Nomalka doing extremely well to break a couple of tackles, but not able to hold on to the ball. The ball has been turned over with a great opportunity for Navy to get out of their 22. Madhuranga, the former Science College scrum half, looking to feed the ball in. Gets the ball out to Tilna Vijay Singha, who thumps that ball down and finds a very good touch. Really good touch finder by Tilna Vijay Singha. He got the ball virtually on the middle of the field and has found good touch almost on the 40-meter mark. So the lineouts from Sia's point of view has been much better. The accuracy between Supun Varnakulasuri and his jumpers has been very good. Looking forward to getting some good quality possession once again.
But in the first half on the same place, or rather the same spot, Navy Sports Club managed to win a line out and straight away score from there.
Another wonderful break by Omalka Gunaratna, running a wonderful line. CRNFC will get good recycled position. Sivaraj to Chetia. Chetia goes into contact. Ball recycled well. Sivaraj passes on to Rahul Silva, who once again gives it to Omalka, who breaks a couple of defenders and goes over, but unfortunately he has turned position once again, and Madhuranga has thumped that ball down, and CRNFC under a bit of pressure. And the ball goes right into one of the Navy players' hands. So from a wonderful attacking opportunity, CRNFC find themselves on defensive, and Madhuranga goes into contact. The ball recycled once again.
Stay on your feet, Blue. Next time, stay on your feet, Blue.
It's passed out to Abzal, who finds the big man Kasundi Silva there, and he's made a pass which he never should have, right into the opposition player's hands. And Ratwatra just kicking the ball up in the front, does very well, and Chetia just knocking the ball. It's a comedy of errors, really. CRNFC have done well to recycle position. Rahul De Silva taking the ball up. It's a bit of a high shot. And I'm sure the referee could very well go into his pocket. A really reckless challenge. Akil Jamaldeen is having a word with Adisha Viratunga.
Captain, there are two high takers, one in the first half.
Just a warning by the looks of it.
Let's go,
It will be the final warning for Navy Sports Club. Adisha Viratunga just seems a bit relieved that it just got away with the warning. So it's a penalty for CRNFC. Be interesting to see whether they'll go for the post or go for the line. Looks like they will go for touch.
Yeah, plenty of time left on the second half, so opting to go for touch makes sense. And well, and again another brilliant kick by Tarinder Ratwata. He has made an impact coming into the game as a substitute. And once again, Navy has to put a hard effort to defend. So this is very much a reachable target for CRNFC, or rather reachable distance, having considered their standards. Clean line out.
Cleaner out by Shamal Veerasekara once again. CRNFC trying to drive up slowly but surely, getting some parity, but the ball comes out to Sivaraj, and again Ratwata just knocking the ball down. The crucial moment. CRNFC really need to tighten up on this part of the game. Losing possession in contact. It's what's been holding them back so far in this game. At crucial moments, we saw Joel Pereira in that first half breaking a couple of tackles, had the line at his mercy, and at the final tackle just losing the ball. On this occasion, Tarinder Ratwata, the guilty party.
Well, we have to talk about the Navy defense, Abdullah. They've been really put under pressure by CRNFC on many occasions, and they have come out with flying colours. They've been defending very well. They just only gave it only a couple of occasions. But they were both the tries were unstoppable. But again, on the other hand, so far, if you look at the game as a whole, so far, CR has been attacking a lot and Navy's been defending well.
Yes, that's right. Can't argue with your assessment there, Clifford. And there's been a change. Richie Dharmapala has come in instead of Harsha Madhuranga. So we'll probably see from Navy's point of view they're trying to increase the pace of this game in this second half. Ravin Silva passes it on to Vijay Singh, who again finds a good touch. It's about again around the 40-meter mark. So CRNFC just getting close but committing crucial errors and allowing Navy to clear their lines.
So I can see, like, whether Dinka Pires has gone, or rather, like, signs of aging or not. He's not chasing the ball when he's going for touch. It's just like assuming from far away distance. But I think the experience plays a part in that as well. So I'm just only joking, no offense.
Again, a good line out from CRNFC. Sivaraj just passes the ball down to Ratwata, takes the ball into contact. Does well on this occasion to retain possession. Rahul Silva once again passing it out to Joel Pera, who takes the ball into contact. See, I have numbers at the breakdown on this occasion, so the ball is secured. Again, this time Himanta Hirushan bumping a Navy player off. Really good recycle position. CRNFC just need to be a bit smart on how they execute their plans. Ratwata once again going into contact. Good bit of clearing by Rahul De Silva. There were no forwards there. Read that well. Again, Jayasekara taking the ball. Another recycle position. CRNFC showing some good patience here. Ball out to Ratwata once again. Chetia. Let's see if they can work some of his magic. But Navy do seem to have that part of the field well covered. Again, Jayasekara taking the ball in. Rahul De Silva to Hirushan once again. It's a good play by CRNFC, showing some good patience. Sivaraj again to Joel Pereira. Ball recycled once again. Ratwata just passes it out, and Kevin Dixon joins up the line, goes up, again does well to secure possession. Rahul De Silva to Joel Pereira once again. Some good defense by Ravin De Silva on that occasion. Malka Gunaratna takes the ball in, and Ratwata just finds some space out wide and unfortunately just overcooks that kick. The ball goes into the in-goal area. The idea was very much correct, but the execution just faulty. There was no one covering that kick at the back. Unfortunately, the bounce of the rugby ball just letting CRNFC down on that occasion. So that was a much better passage of play by CRNFC. Showed good discipline to recycle position. Wore that Navy defense down.
Well, throughout the latter stages of the first half and also the early stages of second half up to date, Navy defense has been very consistent. They've been reading the game very well. So CR has to come up with different options, and they're doing it well. And Tharindra Ratwata, being a playmaker, playing in number 10 position, he has changed games and he has been very instrumental, and opting to go for that punt, which was a very sensible thing to do, but a little bit overcooked. So the intentions are clear from CRNFC. They want to attack.
So CR have also decided to change their scrum half. Rahul De Silva making an exit, and Harit Bandara, former Isipatana lad, making his way into the game. So two scrum halves who generally like to play the game at a fair pace. So the coach is making their intentions very clear. It's just that they'll be hoping that their players are a bit more accurate in the execution. As we see Gayan Jayasekara making his exit, and Hafiz Adahan getting into the field as well. So the replacements are now going to start having an impact on this game as we go into the final stages. Rashid Dharmapala feed into the scrum. Ravin De Silva goes to the opposite side to Vijay Singh, to Gomez, goes into contact. But again, just losing that ball in contact. It's an area of the game where the coaches will really need to pay much more attention to. Cannot afford to lose the ball in contact like the way these teams have done. It's not just this game, it's even in the previous games we've seen this skill lacking in most teams. It just slows the pace of the game down when you lose possession so frequently. So Navy will have line out ball. CRNFC have done well to spoil a couple of line outs. Just going to number 1 again. The ball goes down to Big Charit Silva, who takes the ball in. Richidharma Pala finding Chatura Senuratna, who uses his big boot for a massive up and under. Not finding much distance, but the ball going collected by CRNFC. Harit Bandara passing the ball on to Omar Gunaratna, who once again takes a couple of defenders with him. Angamana just tries to collect the ball, but unfortunately not able to. A wonderful pickup by Ratwata. Takes the ball into contact. Position recycle once again. Harit Bandara evaluating his options to Sivaraj. Sivaraj sells a dummy. He has broken the first line of defense, but unfortunately not able to stay on his feet. Nonetheless, Harit Bandara looks like he'll go over. So good try by CRNFC. It looked like as if it was going to fall on its feet, but did very well to just scramble over the line. So Bandara scoring immediately on his entrance to the ground. But CRNFC will be very pleased with that try, and with that they'll take the lead as well.
We saw that coming for a long time. CR had been working really hard on that, and good collective run there by Tharendra Ratwata, which was supported there again by Steven Sivraj, and he broke the line first time, and the second time he was held up, but Harit Bandara coming at the right place at the right time to support, and he scores. What a lad, and he's got pace as well, and good ball handling at that point, because the ball was very low and it was going down, and along with the defender just pushing him off, still he managed to score. So good try by CRNFC. And well, I would say Navy defense on that occasion a little bit disorganized. They were expecting the forwards to push through, but on the other hand, Sivraj, that breakthrough run made the difference. So good try by CRNFC.
Yeah, that's right. Nice incisive run by Sivraj as well. Just managed to identify the space, made that first break, did well to, although he went to the ground, looked for support, and Bandara was on hand to collect that ball. So I'm sure that will give the young lad a lot of confidence. Just making his third appearance rather in senior rugby. So Ratwata with the opportunity to try and extend this lead. By his standards, shouldn't have much problem slotting this one over. And it's over, so CRNFC have now taken a lead 20 points to 17.
So the replacements coming in for CRNFC are producing results, so that's a good sign to see. Or maybe it's the tactical change there by the coach as well. And all three players combining very well, the first centre, this fly half along with the scrum half, just causing trouble for Navy. The pace was a little bit too much to handle for them as well. So restart. So let's say Navy, how they're going to get on from here.
So we're having a slight injury break. One of the CR players seem to be down. It's been a tough old season for all these players as we reach the business end. The physios no doubt will be working overtime to keep their players fit and healthy. Sivaraj is the player who was down, but he seems to be okay, taking his position on the field. We'll restart play. Courtesy a kick-off by Tina Vijay Singh. Nice hanging kick. Omalka calls out that it's for him. But again, nicely tapped back by Navy. They have recovered position. Rishi Dharmapala gets the ball out. Navy player goes into contact. Goes on the short side. Big man Kasun De Silva once again.
Number 10, road.
Oh, and it's Dharmapala trying to take the quick tap, but knocking the ball in the rush, and he has turned position over.
Then only you can contest for the ball.
So Shuma Veerasekar inquiring why that penalty was given. So the referee adjudicating that the ruck was already formed. So the CR player did not have rights to the ball, is the way he saw it. So lost opportunity for Navy, courtesy of that knock on.
Coach Shatilak is not going to be really happy about it. That's a decisive scrum. A chance gone begging for Navy Sports Club.
Make it straight.
After a lapse of time, this is the first time they entered the CRNFC territory. And chance for CR to regroup and get out of trouble. So CR coming back on multiple occasions during this game. And well, holding on to the lead now. But on the other hand, Navy, they had a healthy lead. They have only themselves to blame for not defending it hard. Good scrum, clean one. You can see the ball coming through. Sivraj up to go for the kick.
It's a nice long kick, but the chasing is not very accurate. A good fight back, a good counter-attack rather by Tilna Vijay Singh goes into contact. Position recycled. Ball has gone back, says referee Jamaldeen. Navy take the ball up, and some good defense, just bundling the player into touch on that occasion. Veerasekara did extremely well with the assistance of some of his players. The CR third row, you have to say, has had a big game today. Veerasekara, Joel Pereira and Omalka Gunaratna. Another very encouraging aspect from CR's point of view has been their line out. It's been very, very good today. So Varnakula Surya will want to continue that form. Goes to Shehan Dias. And looks like I have put the curse on them because he's knocked the ball on. Kasun De Silva takes the ball up. And Sivaraj, big hit on Kasun De Silva. Press the ball back to Afzal, who gives it to Budhya Piyaratna, trying to use his space. But CR do have that well covered. Good recycle position. Dharmapala to Vijay Singh. Ball goes into contact. Dharmapala parks the ball again to Afzal. Kasun De Silva offloading to his front row partner, Charit Silva. Dharmapala just looking to find, kicking the ball ahead to find some space. But no advantage. CRNFC penalized for offside. So an interesting choice. Will they go for the post? Because it's well within Tilna Vijay Singh's range.
A little bit too much to digest during that passage of play, I would say. So many things happening. So finally managed to get the ball back, Navy, moving to an offside decision. But instead of going for the post, they're going for touch. They're counting heavily on their forwards. A decent kick to find touch within the 22-meter zone. So it's within the red zone. It's a chance for Navy to pull it back. So let's see whether they're going for a short throw or a long throw.
It's a really surprising decision, really. There's just 4 points in the game, or rather just 3 points in the game, and it was well within Tilna Vijay Singh's reach, deciding to go for touch.
Hold it. Red, I need your gap.
Looks like CRNFC have made another change. Sven Muller has come onto the field, the former Josephian hooker, and Supun Varnakul Surya making way. Again, going to that number one option. CRNFC really need to have that covered. Short ball by Dharmapala, organizing the defenders to get into place. Adisha Veeratinga going once again. Again taking the ball into contact, but the CR defense up to it. Again going into contact, recycling ball well. And this time penalized for not staying on their feet. Now it'll be really interesting to see what kind of call they will take.
Seems like again going for touch, is it? Oh no, this time they're opting to go for the post. So kickable distance, sensible decision. They have a 3-point deficit. They want to make things even and take it from there. So it's better than trying out an option to get 5 points and losing out. Or instead, they have a clear chance of scoring 3 points to make things even.
Yes, and there's absolutely no hurry as well, because there's still around 20 minutes to go in the game. Just got to take whatever points that are there in the offing. So Vijay Singh, Tilna Veerasinghe, well within his reach. And makes absolutely no mistake with that kick. So it's 20 points all here at London Place. And we'll go in for a quick 1-minute break. So the last 20 minutes should be an absolute thriller. It's even Stevens here between Navy Sports Club and CRNFC. CRNFC fighting back. And just a quick update from the race course. CHNFC leading by 23 points to 14 over Kandy Sports Club. It's just 52 minutes into that game, so an upset in the offing there. But still a long way to go. You never write out Kandy Sports Club. Got a very strong bench. I'm sure that will come into play as well. So we'll be taking a 1-minute breather in this game. It's very humid conditions here. CRNFC will no doubt want to up the ante in these last few minutes. They brought on quite a few replacements as well. The bench could definitely play a part from this situation, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure, because we saw the already the replacements coming in and contributing for both teams. Rishi Dharmapala is getting involved in the game so much, and also the youngsters, Kramaf, who is replacing Rahul De Silva, who came in and contributed very well and scoring a try as well. So that is Harit Bandar. And also we saw Tarinder Atwat playing a pivotal part in a couple of tries. So there you go. So that's the importance of having a strong bench. But for me, this CRNFC side, they look really great. They look a little bit organized this time, and especially the forwards, Joel Perra and Omar Kagunratna, they've been a different force tonight, this evening. But on the other hand, Navy Sports Club, well, they've been defending so hard, and majority of the game, I would say 60 to 65% of the game, the ball possession was very much with CRNFC.
Yes, so it's 10 years of sharing the passion. ThePapare.com has brought you live action, news, scores, photos, stats, analysis. Over 30 sports in all 3 languages. Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, standing tall for all sports in Sri Lanka. As this next quarter kicks off, and Navy have done well to clear their lines. Just 5 meters outside the halfway mark. One area where CRNFC has definitely improved is their line out. It's been really solid today. They haven't lost that many possession.
Well, also, Abdullah, I mean, despite the fact both the teams collectively scoring 40 points, well, the pace of the game has been very slow.
Yeah, can't argue with you on that point, Clifford, and one reason for that has been with the amount of times both teams have lost the ball in contact. Because when that happens, obviously it's either a knock-on, and they're forced to stop the play as the CRNFC lose another line out. Done well to take the ball up. Dharmapala using the short side. Again to the big man, Charit Silva, who does well to offload the ball. Dharmapala once again getting the ball on. Taking the ball, but some good defensive work by Sivaraj and Angammana. Navy nonetheless have retained possession. Evaluating the options. Seniviratna passing it to Buddhimapia Ratna. We know how fast he is, but again, some wonderful defense by Gamunu Chetia. But really, Buddhimapia Ratna did not have any room to work there. Chetia did very well to cut off whatever space there was and use the touchline to good effect to just bundle Pieratna out.
That was a clash of pace there. Who holds the pace, but then again, Buddhima Pieratna coming out as the winner, or rather, Chamad Fernando, in fact, coming out as the winner. And Tarinder Rathod also coming in for the cover defense. Earlier, it was a costly error by CR, losing that line out, but this time makes no mistake. Nicely formed. Seems like they're going in for the maul. Good bit of play there. Well, Navy has learned to defend that very well, not letting that much of room for CRNFC to drive forward, but this time opting to break that maul and going in for the 3/4 long pass.
Chamod Fernando has enough of space. Goes in, unfortunately not able to beat that last line of defense. Tilna Veerasinghe does extremely well. But more importantly, they have recycled possession. Sivaraj just passing the ball, but that was a really poor pass by Joel Pereira. You cannot expect your prop forward to collect the ball from ankle length. Navy have retained possession, spread it out wide. Charit Seniviratna taking the ball up. Abzal once again just evaluating his options, using the forwards to take it up. Referee shouts advantage is over, so Navy will have to play on from here. They cannot leave any room for mistakes. Hirushan almost managing to turn position over. So Dharmapala again passing the ball on. Kehan Silva taking the ball into contact. More importantly, he's managed to retain possession. Charit Silva goes into contact. Absal just looking at his options available, has hiked it down, but looks like Dixon will have it covered. Trying to use his good feet, gets through the first line, passes it on to Veerasekara. Always dangerous from that kind of situation. CRNFC have done very well to retain possession. Omalka Gunaratna running across, using his good pace, drawing a few defenders. Chethi just trying to use soft hands to get it out, but unfortunately not being able to do so. Joel Pereira taking the ball into contact once again. They have recycled possession. Harit Bandara calling out his forwards to get into position. Sven Muller does very well. Goes into contact. Bandara once again. Rehan Silva, Ratwatta, not the best of passes, but goes into Shamal Veerasekara's hands. And Veerasekara has knocked that ball once again. It's an area which has really let CRNFC down. Losing the ball in contact.
Loma Kagunan, what was he thinking? He was just running from this corner to the other corner of the pitch. And, well, maybe he's trying to get some stats to his personal game, having some yardage with the ball. But again, it didn't help at all. But on the other hand, Navy managed to secure that ball back, so it's a turnover. And even though the ball was worked to both flanks, a little bit disorganized CR on that occasion. Well, Abdul, if you look at the game, the majority of the possession CR has been having it, so they must be having a good must be having a good understanding of the game on how to work this ball around, having had possession so much. But still, I can see they're struggling to break through that Navy line. Is it the defense, or if not the carelessness?
I think it's the errors, Clifford, more than anything else. You've just got to go back to that last move in that first half, where CRNFC scored a wonderful try. What they did there was they did the basics well. They went into contact, they held on to the ball, they recycled possession, they did not give possession away, they did not knock the ball on. And once they do that, they've got the arsenal, they've got the players to make an impact. But it's just silly errors, losing the ball in contact, knocking the ball on when there is no pressure whatsoever. It's just those things that has let CRNFC down, and they find themselves 20 points all in this game. So looks like it'll be another scrum for Navy Sports Club. Navy, I'm sure, we're looking to try and use that short side. ThePapare Ratna with his pace, but they've just got to get him a bit of room for him to use that pace.
For me, my understanding is that the game Navy seems like they have ran out of legs. Oh, good tackle coming in there from Ratwatta. He's limping after the tackle.
Nice wide pass to Chaturo Gomez. Ball passed back in again. Both the front row forwards for Navy Sports Club have done a lot of carrying in this game. It's fantastic to see them, both of them, yet on the park. Again, on this occasion, it's number 17, Deshan Vimukti, taking the ball up. Absal looking across, kicking the ball across, but Dixon does very well to collect that ball. Looks like he's going to use his quick footwork and does very well, breaks through 2 tackles. Again, passing the ball on to Chetia. Does well to hold on to possession. Again, Sven Miller on that occasion does very well. Holds on to possession. Bandara to Sivaram, who passes it on to Adhan. Does well to take it into contact. Harit Bandara once again to Sivaram. Some nice hands by CRNFC. And Chamot Fernando again losing the ball in contact. So really, it's really disappointing from CR's point of view. It's something which they really should work on during their practice sessions, because they do all the hard work, and at the crucial moment they just go and spill the ball or turn possession over. It's like Ratwatta is on the ground with an injury.
A couple of injuries being nursed around in the pitch, and one is at the other end where the Navy player is down. I think that seems to be a little bit more intense than the Ratwatta's injury. So hope nothing's that serious.
Yes, Navy speeds ThePapare Ratna on the ground. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Wonderful talent. Key player of the CR7 setup. And another quick update from Racecourse. CHNFC yet leading 23 points to 17 over Kandy Sports Club. So this is the 63rd minute. So an upset very much in the offing there. Kandy Sports Club need to keep in mind missing some of their key players like Buoneko Dangamo and Danushka Ranjan. No doubt will be feeling their absence. So Pierratna still seems to be struggling a bit. Slowly getting onto his feet. Just have to wonder whether it's a concussion injury or something else. The match assessor seems to be just evaluating what kind of injury it is. It just seems to be a bit of a back spasm or muscle injury by the looks of it.
Anyway, the match doctor is doing an HIA. Yes, you'll get questions asked like, where are you? What's the game you're playing? You know what you're doing here? Things like that. Yeah, so the doctor has to give the clearance. Still, doctor is unable to give the clearance. Seems like it. A little bit reluctant, doctor. So referee has to Okay, I think seems like that he has given the okay to play. He just knocked the impact, I would say. But he was going in for a hard tackle on Kevin Dixon. Dixon was running at a pace. Probably he would have caught him at the high knees. On the other hand, let's see the injury assessment of Tharinder Ratwat. He seems to be okay. Tharinder back on the field. And he was limping probably after a tackle. Would have got a knock off. That seems to be okay. Yep, so nothing to separate these two teams so far. And played, we are pretty much in the latter stages of the second half. Still 20 all. Like we promised, it's going to be a very good tie. So good scrum for Navy Sports Club.
It's taken up by Navy player once again. Vimukti Deshan taking it up. Some good recycle position, good front football. Buddhima Pieratna after injury break trying to go out wide, but Chetia has him well covered. And a good driving tackle by Ratwata. But Navy nonetheless have retained position. Veerasinghe has to take the ball because all his supporting players were in front of him. And Absal evaluating his options. Just throwing that wide pass almost into the Sia player's hands. Almost an interception.
What I noticed is a couple of occasions there were a couple of aimless kicks by Afzal, and trying to punt and put an up and under, and the ball ended up on both occasions with Kevin Dixon because the three quarters are not charging down. So it was not territorial kicking, it was not tactical kicking, he just wanted to get out of trouble. And well, that's not the right way to go about, because you just give the ball away. And again, Navy putting a lot of pressure on CR and making CR and FC to make an error there. And right now winning the ball back. So chance for Navy Sports Club to build momentum and get back into this game, because majority of the second half they've been defending. And but unlike the first half, they didn't get much opportunities to convert them into points. So whereas the first half, majority of the tries what they scored of the errors caused by CR and FC, so they managed to capitalize on those situations. But in the second half, it's completely a different ball game. CR have been dominating.
Another good feed by Dharmapala. Navy spread the ball out wide. CR and FC penalized for not releasing the tackler. Rehan Silva just cannot believe that call. But you've got to have clear daylight once you make that tackle. If not, you can't play the ball. So great opportunity for Navy Sports Club to drive this ball in. So Ratwata just asking for clarification on that call. But Rehan Silva very clearly needed to have released the tackler. Not doing it on that occasion. So Veerasinghe will look to find some good touch. It's done well enough. Just inside the 22.
Yeah, I was going to say just enough. Not well enough to get his team closer. It's probably about 10 yards, I would say. But again, the advantage is they have the throw-in. And on 3 occasions, they went with the short throw. And let's see who's the target player for this occasion.
Wonderful collection by Adisha and Navy. Just stormed through that from that line out, using the big men to take the ball up. Dharmapala just organizing the forwards. Nice, good drive up. Just wanting to go with the forwards. Navy taking the ball up once again. Navy evaluating their options, using the big men to go up. This is some good. Oh, that's not sure whether you can do that, because you can't play the scrum off. But nonetheless, Navy have retained position. Ravin De Silva taking the ball into contact. He needs to have players supporting him. And Sven Muller does extremely well to pilfer that ball from Ravin De Silva. Navy just not having players
Release the ball, okay?
to support Ravin De Silva on that occasion. And the CRNFC will be very thankful for that effort. Ratwata will look to clear touch, but he's just made an absolute mockery of that. And now Navy with another opportunity. Abzal breaks through a couple of tackles, goes over.
Play on, leg, play on, leg. No,
And CRNFC again very lucky.
First arrival. Good.
CRNFC just need to
First arrival.
calm down a bit. CRNFC very lucky to get away with that.
I would say Tarindra Ratwat is lucky to get away with that rather than CRNFC. That was a lousy kick, and he completely lost concentration. But this time kicking duty has been exchanged with Shivraj, so a pretty decent way to get out of trouble. And well, you can't blame Ratwat on that occasion also, even though it was a mockery, because he was just limping off a few minutes ago, and probably like, you know, would have got that impact. You can see him again limping. But for Sri Lanka Navy, or rather the Navy Sports Club, well, they missed a massive option, or rather the opportunity, because they were driving forward and they were driving very well, and they were taking players in. Well, unfortunately, it didn't work well, but CR, good line out, clean one, and secures the ball. They have plenty of possession, Sivraj, and good ball there. Again forward, trying to break that line.
Muller takes the ball up.
Release blue now.
Nadahan takes the ball up once again. This is much better by CRNFC. They've just got to try and keep it tight. Just approach the last 5 minutes of this game. Smeller once again. Jamaldin is playing advantage. He has his hands out. I think Sia will do well to play this advantage. It's from a very kickable range. And Ratwata will just try to go for a drop goal. Doesn't find the distance, but looks like being penalized for offside. So it's an opportunity. CRNFC will no doubt have a shot at the post, well within Ratwata's range.
A good call there by the skipper. Again, he's showing a lot of faith in him. And let's hope Ratwata gets his kicking boots back on. Or rather the boots, I would say the mood back in.
Yes, he's had a pretty up and down game since he's come onto the field. But I'm sure if he manages to slot this one over, all that will be forgotten and forgiven.
Looking at the clock, could this be the winning kick? Well, that's a question that we have to ask from the referee. But on the game clock, it's on 78 minutes. But we had to wait for the referee's clock. It's very much straightforward kick. And Ratwata makes no mistakes. It's an easy done. Beauty. Cute finish, you can call it.
Yes, well, come at the hour, come at the man, they say, and Ratwata has definitely stepped up. It was well within his range, but you have to remember that it's a high pressure kick, and he made absolutely no mistake. So 23 points to 20, but the game is not yet over. Everything to play for. Nice hanging kick by Veerasinghe. Navy have done extremely well to tap it back, but unfortunately have knocked the ball on, but looks like it's been adjudicated that the first knock-on has come from CRNFC. So another opportunity for Navy. It's like both teams are intent on keeping us in suspense till the very end. So we have to call a man of the match. So they approached these last few games, last few minutes. There have been some really good performances. I thought both the third ropes of both teams have performed very well today. So we'll just keep that in mind. We'll just see how this next play goes on before we make that call. Dharmapala will definitely weigh his options carefully here. Ravin De Silva decides to play that distributor role. Nice short pass by Apsal. Navy have done well to recycle position. They just need to hold on to position once again. Nice driving defense by CRNFC. Abzal once again just throwing that wide pass. Chatru Senviratna looking to a wonderful offload. Again, some good cover defense by Chetia. And so CRNFC have done very well to turn that position over. They just need to try and clear the ball now. Ratwate is asking for the ball. And finds some good touch.
Knock forward number 28. Last move.
So looks like it could very well be the final play. So Clifford, there have been some good performances and not good performances. But I think if we have to go for a man of the match, it would have to be the third row players of both teams. So since CRNFC, in all probability, looks like they will be going on to clinch this game. I think Joel Pereira for me has been a standout player. He's made a couple of errors, but overall his work rate in this game has been very good.
100% agree with you. That was my standout player as well for the evening. Even though Amalka was a very strong contender, but Joel made some fantastic runs and fantastic defensive work. So I definitely go with that. So he's the player of the match, I would say. But let's see if the Navy Sports Club can turn things around. Well, chance once again for CRNFC. It's a penalty for... Well, it's a penalty in favor of CRNFC.
That's right, absolutely the correct call. The scrum was very clearly wheeled. And looks like CRNFC will just kick this ball out into touch. And with that, CRNFC have got a very close victory. 20 points to 23. A game which could have gone either way, but CRNFC just managing to clinch it at the end. They will not be very pleased with their overall performance, but they will be very happy with the win nonetheless. As you can see, both teams congratulating each other on a game, wouldn't say very well played, but hard fought game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Rather than Navy worrying about the loss, CR has to worry about the win the way they want that. Even though they had opportunities, they were not really converting them, or they're pushing it forward to make that finish. And so that's something they have to work on. But on the other hand, it was an average game, but good enough to secure the points for CRNFC. But it was a tight contest. It's been a roller coaster game through and through. But the pace and the intent, what we were expecting, was not there, owing to a lot of errors. But again, that's a result. A result is a result. That's what you call it. And that points for CRNFC is very vital to retain their position on the table. And on the other hand, Navy, they have to go regroup and get themselves back again and to come and get some points on board in order to challenge for a top 4 position.
So that's the final scoreline. 23 points to 20 for Navy Sports Club. Navy will have the consolation of getting a losing bonus point, but none of the teams will be able to get a bonus point in terms of the 4 tries. So let's have a look at the upcoming fixtures for tomorrow. Havelock Sports Club will take on Navy Sports Club, Police Sports Club at Havelock Park under lights tomorrow. Havelocks will definitely be in contention, could very well go to the top of the points table if the result at Racecourse goes their way. Currently it stands 26 points to 17 in favor of CHNFC. So that will be a big game for Havelock Sports Club as well. And these are the fixtures for next week. Army Sports Club will be taking on Police Sports Club. The big game probably for the week will be CRNFC versus Candy Sports Club. Navy will be playing host to Air Force at Velisara, while another big game between CHNFC and Havelock Sports Club at Racecourse. So there'll be some exciting rugby next week as well. This Dialogue League definitely seems to be hotting up. And don't forget to log in to watch these wonderful segments from Papare. The breakdown with Shanaka on Tuesday at 6:30, the Rugby Pitya, Sinhala updates on the week gone by, and of course the Try of the Week segment on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. So a lot to look forward to in terms of this Dialogue Rugby League. And so that will be it from London Place, and we'll leave you with the news of a huge upset at Racecourse. CHNFC getting the better of Candy Sports Club, and with that we can expect a wonderful week of rugby next week as well. From London Place, it's Clifford and Abdullah taking your leave, sharing the passion with papare.com.
I see how much that you suffer. I know you keep it undercover. Feels like it can't.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Cheesy treats, we want more.
Crescent Mini Keeves. Try it. Love it. The original Mini Keeves, only from Crescent.
New breeder fast, Pulsar NS160 with wider tyres and twin disc brakes from David Pierce Motor Company Private Limited.
Sophisticated selection of Yardley, London.
Crunchy munchy.
Fiery Kochi.
Crescent Kochi Bites. Try it. Love it. The original Kochi Bites, only from Crescent.
Here we go.